Okay, so hey there guys. So today's video is going to be my highlighter collection. I got this requested a lot on my channel a couple times recently, so I really wanted to share with you guys my highlighting collection. So I'm sitting on the floor and I have all my highlighters laid out in front of me. Kristine Olsen requested this video, so thank you for requesting that. I really do appreciate it. I removed all of like the blushes from the top because I keep blushes and highlighters in this container. You guys have seen this like a million times every time I record a makeup collection video, but I figured just to go through my highlighters and share with you guys what highlighters I've added to my collection. Like, I've added a lot of drugstore highlighters, I've added a few more palettes, so I really wanted to go through and share with you guys my collection. So we're going to start with the ones up top just so we can get those out of the way. So I have two from Bobbi Brown. These are the, I'm going to push this up just a little bit more. These are the Bobbi Brown single highlighters. I have two of them. I have the shade Bronze Glow, which is really gorgeous. I'm going to go up a little bit more because you guys are not going to be able to see. So this one is Bronze Glow, and this is a really pretty highlighter. This is one of my favorite highlighters from Bobbi Brown. It's just such a gorgeous, intense color. As you guys can see, I have used this so much. It's such a pretty highlighter, and that's the Bobbi Brown highlighter powder in the shade Bronze Glow. The Bobbi Brown highlighters are really expensive, and for some reason I have two different sizes in these. I thought that this was the only size that they came in, but I was like, I could have sworn that these were bigger. So this is the Bronze Glow, and then the other one is Pink Glow, and this one is the smaller one. So this one is Pink Glow. I hope you guys can see enough, but you guys have seen my highlighters like a million times, and I didn't really want to go through all of them and show them to you on like an actual video because I have so many highlighters and I didn't want to bring them all in my room. I've done a highlighting stash video before, so if you want to see that, go check it out. And I've done makeup collections before, but I really just want to concentrate on talking about highlighters. So this one is Pink Glow, and this one is a really pretty pinky shimmery highlight. These are really nice highlighters. They are super pricey. I don't think they're worth $46. I think I would pay probably only 30 bucks for these because they are really nice formula. They're some of my favorite highlighters. I had like a phase where I was using this like crazy because it's such a pretty highlight. So, but these are both very intense and they last on the skin really well. I actually just returned the highlighting palette that I picked up that I showed you guys in my Sephora haul because I didn't think it was as good quality as the individual highlighters. They definitely like made those so much more cheaply. If you guys want to go for a Bobbi Brown highlighter, go with the singles, even though these are expensive. And pretty much the cost of one of these is less than what the palette costed. But the skin, the colors just did not work for my skin tone. But I will swatch Bronze Glow because I just love it. It's so pretty. That one is Bronze Glow. I'll probably just show you guys at the end so you can actually see. But that one is Bronze Glow. So those are those two. Then the next one in here is a ColourPop pressed highlighter. This is the ColourPop pressed powder face highlighter in the shade here Kitty Kitty. I actually just hauled this one and I've worn it a couple times. I actually really like the pressed powders from ColourPop. I also have another one. These are actually the highlighters that I wore today. If I can find the other one. It's literally right in front of me. I have this one. And I have a highlighter in this double play duo that I'll show you guys in a minute. So this is here Kitty Kitty. It's a really pretty like white gold. This one is much softer than the double play one. It still has a really nice intensity to it. It's a very soft highlighter, like when you dip your finger in. It's very buttery, but it's really nice quality. I've been testing it out so far and I think it's really pretty. I was wearing it in my video when I was hauling this stuff, so you guys can go check that out. I'm pretty sure I was wearing it. Maybe I was wearing it the day after, but I have been mixing this with other highlighters, but I am going to wear it on its own again, but it's really, really pretty. It just swatches really sheer, but it definitely does not come off sheer on the face. Like, you're really not going to see it. It is a really pretty glow, though. It's a nice, soft, like, medium intensity. Really pretty highlighter. You guys know I love ColourPop. Then I have two from Wet n Wild here. These are more of the drugstore highlighters. So these are two from Wet n Wild. These are the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powders. And I have the shades Blossom Glow and Precious Petals. So those are the two shades that I have. Okay, so the next highlighters that I was showing you were the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powders. I'm going to just shift this up a little bit so you guys can see. I'm mostly going to be taking them out anyway. So I really love these. These are the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powders, and I have the shades, like I said, Precious Petals and Blossom Glow. This is the first one. These are so inexpensive, but they are so beautiful. They're so intense. I mostly did describe my feelings about my highlighters in my Best in Beauty. I'm probably going to swatch like every single one, but honestly, these are gorgeous. Like, if you guys are looking for an intense highlighter from the drugstore, I highly, highly, highly recommend these. These are amazing. And look at the design. Isn't it so pretty? But these are $5, you guys. Like, you really cannot go wrong with these. And they are so intense and so blinding. I really love these. And I have fallen in love with a lot of Wet n Wild products from the drugstore because I think they're amazing. And those are the two swatch. This one is Blossom Glow and this one is Precious Petals. Blossom Glow is like a pink white duochrome highlighter, and Precious Petals is like a gorgeous rose gold. They are so beautiful, so worth the money. Okay, let's finish off with the drugstore highlighters up here. So the next one is the Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio Metallic Highlighter. And this one is in the shade Molten Gold, and it has the name on the back. And this is the only shade that they had made when they first came out with this. And this highlighter is gorgeous as well. It's so intense. It has like a gorgeous gold metallicness to it, and it's so beautiful. I love this one. So that one is also a really beautiful highlighter from the drugstore. It's so intense, and you really just can't go wrong because they're beautiful. I think this is the only drugstore highlighter that I really don't love. This is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and this one is just in the shade Be My Highlight. It says the name on the back. But this is supposed to be like an all-over face glow, kind of like intensifying your highlight. The only reason why I really do use this, I haven't used this in like a hot minute, but when I use it as a normal highlighter, I really don't think it does anything for me. It does swatch pretty nicely. It's over there, like right over here. And it's pretty, but like it doesn't really do much. But what I really like this for is like kind of like a highlighting primer. It does like intensify the highlights that I put on top, but that's basically all I use it for. But this was like $3 or $4, so it's not like I really wasted money on it because it was really inexpensive. But yeah, I love this one. This is amazing. These are probably my two favorite highlighting formulas I've tried in a long time. They're so intense, and these are like my favorites from the drugstore. I love these so much. And then the next one is the Milani Afterglow Instant Glow. I always say the name of this wrong. Milani Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder in the shade 01 Afterglow. So this is what the packaging looks like, and this is the pattern. I love the pattern of this one. It's so pretty. And this is also a gorgeous highlighter. Like, look how intense that is when I swatch it. I'm just mostly going to swatch the drugstore ones, because most of the other ones that I'm going to show you, you've seen before because I've had them for a long time. So that, which one is it? It's right over here. The Milani one is right there. You probably can't even see it. But this is also beautiful. And it has like a white rose gold hint to it. It's like a really light pink. And this is also a gorgeous formula as well. I really like this one too. It's not as intense as the Wet n Wild and the Maybelline, but this still has a beautiful like medium glow to it. Really, really gorgeous. And then the last one from the drugstore is the Wet n Wild To Reflect Shimmer Palette, and this one's in the shade Boozy Brunch. And this thing is massive, and for the price, I think it's like $6. Such a good price, you guys. I didn't love this one as much as the Mega Glow highlighters because it's a little bit drier, but it is still gorgeous. Look how intense that is too. Like, so pigmented. These drugstore highlighters are so pigmented, and I really do like prefer them over some high-end ones. That's why I returned a couple. I feel like the value for the drugstore highlighters are just so much better. Obviously, they're only $6, but they really do pack a punch. And then the same thing with the ColourPop. Like, this is $8, and these impressed me so much more than the highlighting palettes that I got from Holiday. I just thought they were crap. So I returned the Cover FX one, and I also returned the Bobbi Brown one because I thought both of them really were not that good. But these are amazing. This has a beautiful like yellow gold intensity to it. It's so gorgeous. Where did I just swatch it? I think I swatched it over here. I'm not even gonna bother swatching. You guys aren't gonna be able to see. But this has like a beautiful like yellow gold to it. It's so intense, and it really is gorgeous. So I really love this one as well. It has like a yellow, almost green tint to it. That's how intense it is. Okay, now moving on to basically the rest of these are all high-end. The next one is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo in Lighting Dust and Fire Crystal. And then this is what it looks like. And this is actually really beautiful. This is definitely the high-end. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm dropping everything today. I dropped a blush earlier today. Then I just dropped my Tarte highlighting palette again. And this is the only one I ever drop. And that's the one I don't have packaging for. And then I just dropped this here. Thank God I didn't drop it on the floor because obviously it would have broken. But yeah, this is the highlighter. It's just because I'm so tired probably. This is also freaking gorgeous. I'm also swatching them for myself, but these swatches definitely do not do this justice. This is so intense, you guys. Like, such a beautiful wet intenseness to your cheeks. So beautiful. This is definitely the best formula that I've tried for high-end since my Ofra highlighters. This is how much this one impressed me. No other high-end highlighters have impressed me lately besides like the Anastasia Aurora palette, but I love those because those are Anastasia Beverly Hills and those are like some of my favorites. But these are so worth it. Pick one of these up, at least try one of them, or pick up the little mini one. She has like a mini one now with the lip gloss, which I haven't tried the lip gloss yet, but everybody says it's like one of the best lip glosses they've ever tried in their life. I just need a little bit of tissue to wipe this off. But yeah, this is bomb. Love this so much. It's so intense, and this is worth every penny. This is like the only thing I paid full price for in that haul that I showed you guys, and it's so good. I love it. And then the last one up here besides this guy is the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in the shade Gilded Honey. I got this because of Young, Wild, and Polished. I actually don't have anything else from Laura Geller, but as you can see, I have used this one quite a bit. I don't really reach for it that much. Probably only like once a month or something, but it is a beautiful gold highlighter. I really like the formula of this. I think it's really nice. And I thought it performed really nicely. I mean, it's definitely a good highlighter. It's not like something that I would return because I'm getting really picky with highlighters now since I have so many. I want to make sure that I get the ones that I know are going to be good. But I have highlighters everywhere in here, but it's really good, and I actually really like this one. But I haven't worn it in quite a while. So, and then the last one is the NARS Duo in the shades Hot Sand and Laguna, which again, I got this because of Young, Wild, and Polished because she raved about Hot Sand as being her all-time favorite NARS highlighter, her all-time favorite highlighter in general. And I have quite a few NARS highlighters, and I basically have tried all their formulas of highlighters. Like, I've tried this one, I have the dual intensity one, I have one of their single ones in Albatross, and I have their limited edition highlighting palette, the Banque de Sable palette, and I definitely love the Banque de Sable palette and the dual intensity blush more than this. I just don't think that this was really worth $50. It was expensive, and I just feel like this kind of gives me the same glow as like the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I feel like they're basically the same. This is pretty, but I feel like you could get the same effect with this. I want to kind of swatch them and see if they're like really similar. I don't know, I just feel like they're kind of the same highlight to me. I've never done that before, but let's see if they're dupes. Oh wow, they already look pretty similar. Alright, the Essence one is definitely lighter, but they definitely feel very similar formula-wise. So I would suggest if you want to go for something like this, I would just get that, the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I would have only purchased this in a single if I didn't know that they were making it permanent, but I got this in the duo because I thought that they were only selling this limited edition. That's what it was supposed to be, but of course, you know, whenever companies say something's limited edition now, they usually 99% of the time make it permanent. So I would have bought it in only the individual, but since I just hit pan on my NARS Laguna in my Stephen Klein palette, I'm kind of happy that I do have a backup of it in here. So I'll continue to work on it in here once I finish up that one, which I think I'll have no problem like really expanding the pan this year. I just hit pan on it like a couple of days ago, and it's my go-to bronzer besides Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and the Marc Jacobs one. And they're like the only three I mentioned in my Best in Beauty. But I would probably mostly use this now for the bronzer and not the highlighter because I don't think the highlighter is that great. So yeah, and it's an expensive highlighter. So like NARS is not cheap. Alright, so now we're going to go through, let's just go through the individual ones first so I don't miss any of them. We're going to go through this one first. This is the Too Faced Love Light Prismatic Highlighter in the shade Blinded by the Light. I actually didn't purchase this one myself. My friend gave this one to me. So that's what the packaging looks like, and then it says the name on the back. And then this is what the highlighter looks like. And as you guys can see, I did rub off the TF because I was using this for a while to obviously test it out, but I really don't love this that much. It's really subtle on the face, and I always feel like I have to mix it with something else. I do love how it swatches, but I just think that Too Faced really concentrated on the packaging on this one and not enough on the formula. A lot of people were really disappointed with these. Like, the packaging is gorgeous. Like, I love this. It looks like you're looking into like a stained glass window in like a church or like crystal, and it's so stunning. Like, isn't that such a cool effect? I wish that's how it looked on the face. Like, that would be so sick, right? But it's really not. So that one's definitely a dud for me, but I'm glad that I didn't spend my money on it because I probably would have returned it. Okay, then the next one is the, excuse me, the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo in the shade 2, and this one has a bronzer and a highlighter in it. I actually freaking love this highlighter. This is such a gorgeous gold. So it's a beautiful gold highlight, and I actually really love the formula of this. I was using this for quite a bit for a while, and this was like the only gold highlighter I was using for a little while with, and I would mix it with the NARS one, which I'll show you in a second. But it's a really gorgeous, intense gold highlighter. Makeup Forever makes some bomb products, and it's such a smooth formula. And I wish I would have only gotten like the actual individual one though, because then of course they release these duos in individuals because people loved the highlighters in these so much that they came out with them individually like a couple months ago. And I've been eyeing the other shade for months, but they're $40. They're so expensive, like 39 bucks, and I just don't want to spend that much money on a highlighter anymore if I can get such good ones in the drugstore. But I'm glad I have this one. This is a bomb highlighter. And then the other one that's right behind it is the Urban Decay Afterglow highlighter. This is the 8-hour powder highlighter in the shade Sin. And it has the same packaging as their blushes, but it's like, it just says Afterglow highlighter, but they're literally the same packaging. So this is the highlighter. And then this is the shade. Looks like that. And this is a gorgeous highlighter. This is one of my favorite highlighters. It's just a really beautiful formula, really buttery smooth, really intense. I really love this. I knew I was going to love this. I definitely love this over the other highlighters that Urban Decay makes, like the baked ones. I think that they look so glittery, and that's why I've never picked them up. But I knew I wanted this one when it came out because everybody was talking about it. And this is beautiful, so definitely a hit for me. I love that one. And then, speaking of NARS, let's go through the rest of the NARS ones. The first one is the NARS Dual Intensity Blush, which these are really highlighters. I don't know why they call these blushes, in the shade Jubilation. And this is what it looks like. This one's pretty beaten up because I've used this a lot, and this is gorgeous. Such a beautiful, intense highlighter. Definitely really love these. I love mixing the two together. They're actually really pretty together and definitely gives a really beautiful shine. It's kind of a dupe for the Makeup Forever one, but this one's a little bit more yellow because of the gold one. But this is really pretty. I wish I had more of these, but they're so expensive. These are like $42, but at least you get two products instead of one. But again, NARS products are pretty pricey, so it's hard to pick them up sometimes because you get better values in their palettes. And I wish I got the Dual Intensity palette. I think they released like a Dual Intensity blush palette, and I wanted that so bad, but I don't think I had money for it. But that was $50. So why wouldn't you purchase that rather than just purchasing the single ones for like $40? And then the last NARS one is the NARS highlighter in the shade Albatross. I really don't use this too much anymore. I probably only reach for it like once or twice a year, but this is a really beautiful highlighter. I know this has a cult following, and some people love it and some people hate it, but I really like it. I think it's so beautiful. It has like a dual chrome effect to it, and I think that's why so many people loved it. And it kind of reminds me of another highlighter in my collection that I think I'm about to show you, but let's go through these ones in this row. So the first one is the Becca Light Chaser highlighter for face and eye in the Champagne Dream Flashes Bellini. So this is one of the newer highlighters that I have picked up. And this was a pretty good deal. I got this for like $15 or $14. But I don't really know if I love this, you guys. Like, it swatches really, really dry. I feel like you kind of have to dig your finger in it. And I don't think it really gives off that much of an intensity. And I know that this shade was really raved about. Like, a lot of people liked this. And a lot of people said this formula was good. But since this kept on going on sale, I wasn't sure how I feel. And I don't really love it. But it was such an inexpensive highlighter that it's not like a big deal. Because I returned those other two palettes, but I just don't really love it. But I'm glad I did not buy this full price, because I probably would have returned it then. But it's not a big deal if it was only like $14. And then the next one is the Hourglass Incandescent Strobe Lighting Powder in the shade Incandescent Strobe Light. So this is what it looks like. It's like a silver packaging as opposed to their blushes, which is a gold packaging. So the highlighters are silver and the blushes are gold. And this is what this guy looks like. Now, I prefer this highlighter as a more natural highlighter as opposed to the NARS one. I'm not going to swatch them because they keep on like coming out really bad. Since I have so many swatches on my hand, they're not really going to swatch properly. But this is definitely a really light, pretty highlighter. It's not going to give off too much intensity, but it is really pretty. But for the price, I probably would not repurchase this again or even purchase another one because I don't think it's worth the price. Hourglass products are so expensive, and I really have to love the product in order to purchase it, but I heard so many people talking about these that I really, really was intrigued on buying one of them. And I wish I would have saved my money for the metallic strobing palette because so many people talk about that one. But I wouldn't get rid of this one because that palette is really expensive, so I'm good with just one from them. I'd rather not spend like $60 or $70 on 3 highlighters. I think it's so ridiculously overpriced. And then the last ones in this row are the Makeup Geek duochrome highlighters, and I have 2 of them. I have the shades Lit and Electrify. This one is Lit, and this one is Electrify. They're going to look really, really similar because they do, but they are actually pretty different on the face. The Lit color is like a white pink kind of shade, and then the Electrify shade is like a yellow green kind of duochrome. The Electrify shade is definitely my favorite. It is so beautiful on the face. The Lit shade, not so much. It's not as pigmented, but this Electrify shade, it goes on so intense. You only need a couple of swipes. And these are definitely worth the price for me. I wish they were like $15 over $20, but I know when Makeup Geek ups their prices, they definitely are more quality over like wanting to get your money. I think that she just really works on the quality, and the packaging is gorgeous, like with the mirror. And I feel like the packaging is worth like $5 alone. But as you guys can see, I've used Electrify a lot more. There was a time, like I wore this so much in the summertime because I love it. It's such a beautiful formula. So these are definitely worth it to me, but I probably wouldn't pick up any more just because of the cost. I can't spend $20 on highlighters all the time. Alright, I'm actually glad I'm making this an individual video because I can't believe how many highlighters I have. Okay, so now we're going to go with these highlighters in the front here. So the first ones are the Ofra highlighters in the shades Rodeo Drive and Beverly Hills. You guys know that these were my favorite highlighters of 2017. I don't really have to go into how much I actually freaking love these. These are my all-time favorite highlighting formula now. They are so intense. Like, I cannot believe how beautiful these are. And you guys need to try at least one of these. I feel like these are so worth the price because the intensity that you get from them are amazing. If you don't want to try this one, if you think that this isn't like a great value for one highlighter, try this one because at least you get 5 highlighters in one in this one. And I've used every single shade in here. I love mixing these. They are so intense and beautiful, blinding. I cannot rave about these enough. They are amazing. I love them so much. They are so good. And then we have a couple of Becca highlighters. The first one is Opal, which of course you guys know I love. I love my Becca highlighters. I'm kind of going to breeze through these because Becca highlighters are my faves. That's like the only one I've hit pan on. This one is Moonstone, which I also freaking love. These are all the Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed. And then the last one is Pearl. I do have Champagne Pop as well, but I had to repress it because it kind of fell apart. But I will show it to you soon. And that one is Pearl, which I love. It's such a gorgeous highlighter. It's so intense. Like, I think that Becca highlighters are like the only ones that are really worth the price tag in Sephora because they are so, so gorgeous. I love them. So those are the Becca highlighters. And then I have a couple more. I have the Cover FX illuminator in the shade Moonlight. This one might be falling apart, so I might have to repress it at some point. Yes, I have to repress this one. Dang it. I'm just going to show it to you like this, but this is a gorgeous highlighter. I love their individual highlighters. I didn't realize that this is what's getting everywhere in here, and now I just got some makeup. Jesus Christ. Today is like literally the day of broken makeup because I dropped everything and this is, but this has been falling apart for a while, so I probably should have repressed it a while ago, but this is gorgeous, but this shouldn't be too hard for me to repress because it's not like it's really falling apart, so that should be actually pretty easy. But this is a beautiful formula. I love that one. I got that one because of Candy Johnson, because she used to talk about it like all the time. It was one of her favorite highlighters of like 2016 or something. Okay, then the next one is the Too Faced Candlelight Glow Highlighting Powder Duo in the shade Rosy Glow. I actually love this. This is when Too Faced actually cared about their formula. It still had really cute packaging, but this is actually really gorgeous. Like, I thought that this was going to be just like, oh, it's just a candlelight glow, meaning it's like a natural glow from within. I was kind of like thinking it was going to be like the Hourglass highlighting powders, but this is actually beautiful. I just wore it a couple days ago, and it's really gorgeous. I love this highlighter. That's the only highlighting formula I like from Too Faced over the prismatic ones. And then I have two from MAC. These are my MAC Really Skin Finish highlighters. I have Soft and Gentle, which I freaking love this highlighter. I love the MAC highlighters. They're beautiful, and the packaging is phenomenal. I love these. They're so gorgeous. So pretty. This one is well loved by me. I love these. These are some of my favorite highlighting formula as well. Like, in my top 5 would be Ofra, Becca, Anastasia, MAC, and I don't know. Like all the other drugstore highlighters I talked about. These are beautiful. Love these. And then the other one is, of course, my Lightscapade highlighter, which is this one right here. I love this so much. They're just so beautiful and intense. You really cannot go wrong with MAC highlighters. I really love these. I love the mineralized skin finishes. They are bomb. I loved MAC's baked formula. They just nail it, and they're so gorgeous. And then I have 2 individual highlighters from Anastasia Beverly Hills. These are my Starlight, the Illuminators. These are actually discontinued by her. I don't know why. These are freaking bomb. These are like my favorites. These are probably even better than the glow kits. They're just so gorgeous. I love them. They're so intense. I want to try and hit pan on one of them this year, but I don't think that's going to happen because there's so much product in here. But I got these during like Black Friday, and these are amazing. I love these so much. And then this one is So Hollywood, which is very well loved by me. Look how gorgeous that is. This was like my go-to favorite gold highlighter for a long time until Prosecco Pop came into my life, and that's my favorite gold highlighter. And now Rodeo Drive is my favorite gold highlighter of all time. But this one is also gorgeous as well. These are definitely an amazing formula, worth every penny. I love these. Why won't she bring these back, or at least in like a highlighting palette? That would be so bomb if she like made these into a highlighting palette with this design. Just saying. And then the last two in here, oh, I actually have one more that sunk into here. I hope this one isn't damaged too. Actually, that one's fine. So these are the Laura Mercier highlighters that I have. I have two of them. I love the packaging of these. They're so pretty. The first one is the Matte Radiance Baked Powder in the shade Highlight 01. This one I got because of Kathleen Lights. She used to rave about this as being her all-time favorite highlighter, and this highlighter really is gorgeous. It swatches like basically nothing, but it has such a gorgeous lit from within glow. And this is like my favorite like matte highlighter. It has such a gorgeous intensity to it, but it's not like glitter, it's just a glow. And this is amazing. Like, this is definitely for someone that doesn't want something too intense. Get this, it's gorgeous. And then the other one is the Face Illuminator in the shade Indiscretion. And this is also beautiful. I have to use this more often. I never end up reaching for it, probably because it's in the back, but I need to pull this out and use it again. I mean, it's not like I haven't used it, but I haven't used it in a hot minute. But as you can see, it is loved by me, and the packaging is so beautiful. Like, look how pretty that is. But this is also gorgeous. I got this in like a highlighting palette that she released for the holidays, and the quality is so much worse. I'm telling you guys, they really do lower the quality in their holiday palettes. So these are all amazing highlighters. And then the last one, I'm going to put these away normally in a minute. I'm just going to show you my highlighting palettes now. And then the last one in here is the Sorry, my dad was in the bathroom. The last highlighter I have in here is the Kevyn Aucoin, the Celestial Powder in the shade Starlight. Actually, I've kind of beaten this one up a lot, but this is what it looks like. It like pains me every time I look at this because it's literally so tiny. And the fact that the Laura Mercier highlighter is the same price of this is crazy, and the Becca highlighters and other highlighters, and why is this so freaking small? But this is actually gorgeous. I actually love this highlighter. It just gives a really beautiful glow, but this one is actually really pretty, and I actually ended up returning Candlelight when I bought it, and this one I kept because I actually thought the formula of that one was better. So that is it for everything that's in here. Sorry if I'm like breezing through it, but I don't know what else to say besides, oh my god, and it's so beautiful, and this and that, because, you know, yeah, I forgot to grab a highlighter really quickly. I know, I'm like the worst YouTuber in the universe. I'm just going to grab it really quick. I forgot another Kevyn Aucoin highlighter that I have in a little set, but we're going to go through my palettes now, so I'm kind of going to bring the camera closer and a little bit more up. I'm not wearing any makeup right now, so you're not seeing my face. So, anyway, these are my highlighting palettes over here. These are my Anastasia glow kits, and then we have a bunch of other highlighters down here that are literally just laying next to me right here. So those are all my other highlighting palettes. So I'm going to show you guys. You guys know I love highlighters. So these are all my glow kits. I did do a full review on them. So I have the original 3. I have that glow, which is this one right here. This is that glow. I have Sunburst, Golden Bronze, Bubbly, and Dripping in Gold. These are beautiful in the summertime. I love these. They give like such a gorgeous golden glow. Like literally a golden girl's dream, that palette. Then I have the Gleam Kit, which is a gorgeous cool tone palette. This is beautiful for fair skin tones, and I use the crap out of this one in the summertime as well. It's just such a gorgeous, like, pinky highlighting palette, and I love it so much. Then we have the Sun Dipped Glow Kit, which is also really beautiful. This is really beautiful for darker skin tones too, especially these two shades. I mostly just use this palette for these two shades. We have Summer, Moonstone, Bronzed, and Tourmaline. Gorgeous. I mix these two together in the summertime all the time. They're so buttery, gorgeous. I love Anastasia highlighters. The first three glow kits are bomb. I forgot to tell you guys the shades in the Gleam Kit. These are Hard Candy, Mimosa, Starburst, and Crushed Pearl. I really wish I could put these all in a palette, but I don't have enough room in a Z palette or my Tarte palette, so I probably have to buy an extra large palette at some point from like another brand, because obviously I'm not buying Z palette anymore, to fit them in, because it's just getting a little bit crazy, like having them in all different places. I mean, not all different places, but like to reach for every kit every time, it's kind of a pain. And then I have the Anastasia Ultimate Glow Kit. This one is the 6-pan one that came with a mirror, which was really, really nice. And this one gets like fallout everywhere, but I actually really like this one. I know a lot of people didn't like this one, and this one you can find at Marshall's or CVS now, which pains me that I paid full price for this, but you had to wait like a year for this to go into Marshall's. But this one is actually really pretty. I actually love this shade Snow. This is one of my favorite like white highlighters. So we have Snow, White Sand, Golden Dawn, Sunray, Amber Gold, and Hot Sand. So I actually really love those too. I mean, I love all the glow kits, you guys. Then I have the Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit, which you guys know was in my Best in Beauty. I absolutely was freaking obsessed with this palette this year. It's amazing. I love this palette. It's so intense and gorgeous. Best highlighters of 2017 besides the Ofra ones. These are just on another level for Anastasia. These are just so blinding. We have Kitty Cat, Forever Young, Daydream, Forever Lit, Glow Getter, and 143. My favorites are Kitty Cat, Daydream, and Glow Getter. Amazing. I love those three, and they're all so amazing. I have to swatch these like every time. They're so intense, and I love them. Oh my god, look how gorgeous they are. So beautiful. And then I keep on getting so much glitter on my hands, you guys. Like, I'm using toilet paper because I'm ghetto as F. And then I have the two smaller ones. I have my Moonchild Glow Kit, which I just have been using more frequently because this is my favorite like winter palette to use. This one is Moonchild, which is Blue Ice, Star, Purple Horseshoe, Pink Heart, Lucky Clover, and Blue Moon. These are so gorgeous. I love these for more unique highlighters because I love wearing a colorful highlighter when I go out, and I grab for that when I go out. And then the last one. Who texted me? Oh, one of my friends. Is the Anastasia Aurora Glow Kit. And this one is also very unique. And this one is that one right here. I mean, you guys aren't really going to be seeing like these in really good lighting right now. But I do, again, have a full highlighting stash palette video that you guys could see these better in. So we have Eclipse, Luna, Spectra, Helia, Orion, and Lyra. I feel like the purple like got all over the pans, but these are really gorgeous as well. I love these as well. They're really beautiful. They have more glitter than the other glow kits, like the smaller ones like these, the Aurora and the Moonchild, but I love them. I love glitter. If it's not like overwhelming and just glitter, I love it if it has like a beautiful reflection to it, obviously. So that is it for, not like the Bobbi Brown ones, which were literally just straight up glitter. So that is it for the Anastasia ones. Now we're just going to show you guys, you know, the rest of them. So I have 2 from Tarte. I have 2 from the Rainforest of the Sea line. I have Volume 1 and Volume 2. So the first one is the Skin Twinkle Volume 1 lighting palette. I'm just going to show it to you like this. I might have to repress this part up here because I keep on like dropping it where it is. I'm just going to show it to you like that. It's really, really pretty. I actually love these. I hate the middle shade, but the 2 individual ones are gorgeous. So we have Sunlight, Filtered Light, and Moonlight. These are so much better than the individual highlighters by Tarte. I love these so much more. And then the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette, the Skin Twinkle Lighting palette. This one has more of like a multicolored pattern. Tarte is under a lot of fire right now because of their Shape Tape concealer, their Shape Tape foundation, but I think that the Rainforest of the Sea line is my favorite line from Tarte. Other than that, I'm not going to purchase anything else from Tarte except for like the Rainforest of the Sea concealer or foundation or the lipsticks, but other than that, I'm pretty much done with the brand. I don't think anything else is that great from them, but their Rainforest of the Sea line is solid. So this is the highlighting palette. This one comes with 4 shades instead of 3. I think this one's a much better value than the first one because it comes with 4 shades, and I'm glad that they tried to kind of cater to like darker skin tones with this shade here, but they really got to work on it. So we have Daylight, Skylight, Spotlight, and Candlelight. So these are also gorgeous. They're really, really buttery, have a really beautiful intensity to them. I definitely am a fan of these over their Amazonian clay ones. I'm just not a big fan of the Amazonian clay line. I know a lot of people love it, but the Rainforest of the Sea line is definitely their best line they have. And then speaking of Tarte, let's just go into 2 highlighters in my little Tarte palette. I actually love this palette. I wish I could replace all my Z palettes with this guy. This is so good. This holds up so much better than the Z palettes because it has so much harder of a packaging, and I really do love this. So this is the Tarte palette that I keep 2 highlighters from Love Luxe Beauty in here. So I have my Sugar Pill eyeshadows in here and then a couple of pans from Love Luxe Beauty. So these are 2 highlighters from them. I have What Mermaids Are Made Of and What Mermaids Are Made Of and What Unicorns Are Made Of. These are gorgeous as well. They're so intense, like insane how pigmented these are. Like look at that. That's insane, and that's only like a couple of swipes. Oh my god, they're so duochromy and beautiful and gorgeous. That one's Unicorns Are Made Of, and that one is Mermaids Are Made Of. And they're amazing. I love these. Definitely recommend those. They're so intense. I love layering them with other highlighters. The Love Luxe Beauty pigments definitely impress me. They are beautiful. So that's that one. Then the next one is more of a recent one. This is the Milk Makeup Holographic Powder Duo. I did keep this highlighting palette because I actually thought this one was really, really good. So this one is the Highlighter Quad in Space Jam. And this is what the palette looks like. This is actually really pretty. I've used all 4 of the shades, and I actually really like this. I really like this for going out as well. I like mixing these 2 highlighters together and then like these 2 together for like an icy look, and these 2 for like a really intense peachy duochrome kind of look. But these are bomb. I really like these as well. They have a nice soft formula, and I just think that they're really, really good. So that's that one. And then the next ones are the Lime Crime highlighting palettes. So these are 2 palettes from Lime Crime. The first one is Blossoms and the second one is Mermaids. So this one is the Blossoms palette, and this is what it looks like. So we have Warm Gold, Lavender, and Sunset. And these are so bomb, like so intense. This Warm Gold highlighting shade, like I would literally just buy this palette for this shade again if I ever run out of it, which I doubt I will, because this is intensely amazing. One of my favorite golds I own. Like this is blinding. It is so freaking gorgeous. That one is Warm Gold. Beautiful. I love this palette. And then the other one is Mermaids, which is also gorgeous. I love the packaging on these. And then these are the 3 highlighters. So we have Seashell, Pearl, and Mermaid. These are really beautiful too. The middle shade, Pearl, on another level. Look at that. On another level. Like literally so intense. So pretty. So I definitely love the lime crime highlighters too. But I only end up loving like 2 or 3 shades out of these because some of them are like really intense and then the other 2 are like kind of not as intense, but they're still good. Like I still think that they're worth it just for that alone. You guys know I really love lime crime because I love the quality. Then the next thing, of course, is my Becca Jaclyn Hill face palette. I love this palette, and of course I have Champagne Pop in here. I'm just going to show you Champagne Pop in here because I have the individual one, but again, I had to repress it, but I'll whip that out as well. So this one is the face palette, and I have Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop. These are like my favorite highlighters, you guys, and then these are blushes, but they are bomb, and I love them. So I really don't have to get into them because you guys know how much I love Becca highlighters. Champagne Pop is one of my all-time favorite highlighters, and Prosecco Pop is one of my all-time favorite gold highlighters. And the next one is the NARS Banque de Sable highlighting palette, and this is what this guy looks like. This one is also limited edition, but this is also a really, really pretty palette. So these are the 3 shades in here. We have Rivage, Sale, and Embroms, and these are really pretty, but this was limited edition, so you can't get it anymore. This is also a really good palette as well. Definitely like this formula over Hot Sands. Then the next palette is another Makeup Geek palette. This is the, well, another Makeup Geek highlighters because I have the 2 individual ones, and then I have the Kathleen Lights highlighter palette, which looks like Diet. And then this is the palette, and then this is the 3 highlighters in here. So we have Sunlight, Starlight, and Nightlight. I actually just pulled this out and wore it yesterday because I'm like, I haven't worn this in forever. I love that it folds back. It gets pretty messy though, but these are gorgeous, so intense. I really love these. I pretty much love everything that Kathleen Lights comes out with. She really does a bomb job. And then the last like palette that I have, like I said, I have the ColourPop Double Play Pressed Powder Duo, and I have, there's a blush and highlight in here, and this is the highlight. I just wore this highlighter today. This is in the shade Patted Down, and this is so intense. Like insane, like how intense this is. It's like a beautiful wet look on your cheeks. Oh, I love it. I didn't even spray my brush when I put this on, and it was gorgeous. So I love that. And then the last one in like a palette situation is this magnetic palette from Kevyn Aucoin. And they like go together like this, but I store them like this, but they are magnetized, and you can like stick them together like that. And there is a illuminator in here. And this is the highlighter. This is the Neo Limelight highlighter in the shade Ibiza. And this is what it looks like. It's not really that intense to me. I don't really love it, but I love mixing this with the setting powder. It's a lot more intense. And that's it for those. And then we're just going to move on to a couple of powders that I had to repress. So I'm just going to show them to you in here. The first one I have is the Galactic Beauty Face Glow in the shade Natural. I had to repress this recently. There's kind of a little bit falling out, so let's just dump that so it doesn't go everywhere. So this is what it looks like. This is the Face Glow in Natural. I did kind of, I don't know how it got destroyed, but I did repress it, so I did save it. I haven't really used it though in a while. This is a lot more natural, but it's really, really pretty. That's why it's called Natural. I prefer the Galactic powders over their lipsticks. I don't like their lipsticks, but I love their face powders. Then we have, of course, Mary Lou by The Balm, which I also really love. This is so gorgeous. I might have to repress this one though. It's pretty shattered, but I will swatch it. It's just a cult classic. I really do love this highlighter. It's really gorgeous. I love it. It's right up here. It gives such an intense, beautiful glow. It looks so gorgeous on the skin. And this one, again, is more natural. And then I have the Jouer Skinny Dip highlighter. And this is what it looks like. This one is also kind of damaged, so that's why I keep it in here. But it is damaged on the top, so I just keep it in the actual, in the box. I dropped this one. Like, I dropped everything, but this is beautiful. But honestly, it hasn't been the same quality since I dropped it. But it's so intense. This was one of my favorite highlighters in the summertime. It's this one right up here. And then I think that's it in the box here of the repressed ones. And then the last one, of course, is Champagne Pop. This is my individual Champagne Pop. I also had to repress this one because this one was kind of falling apart. I'm just dumping the excess. So I did save this one. I'm pretty happy about that. And of course, I love it. I've swatched this like 10 gajillion times on my channel. It might not be the same quality, but honestly, I'm not too upset about that because I have the highlighter in the face palette. And that's it, you guys. That is my highlighting collection. Sorry, I kind of rushed the rest of it, but you guys mostly know my thoughts on these. I just really wanted to show you guys all of them. So I will record an intro and an outro to this, so you will see me in just a minute. Okay guys, so it's been like a few days since well not a few days, like a couple weeks since I had filmed that highlighter collection video, that I wanted to film the rest of the highlighters that I actually had picked up in my drugstore haul that I posted a little bit ago, in my Sephora haul, which are these ones, and also a MAC highlighter, and then a couple of palettes that I picked up from online and also from Kat Von D, so from Sephora. So I wanted to go through those and share them with you guys. So the first ones I'm going to share are the drugstore highlights that I had picked up recently because I didn't show these in my video in my highlighter collection. I'm going to try and do this one-handed. So the first one that I have is the Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio highlighter. Hopefully you guys can see that. There we go. This one is the second shade in the Master Chrome highlighter line. I want them to come out with so many more shades of these. I know that people fell in love with the first one, the gold one, which I absolutely love as well. That I had to pick up the other shade that came out in this as well, and this is amazing. I might not open all of these just because like the ones with the clear lid, you can obviously see what it looks like. I'm going to try and open them up, but I'm really bad at opening things one-handed. I'm like really horrible at it. I might not be able to even get it open. I'm just going to prop the camera up really quick so you guys aren't looking at like nothing. Let me just, I don't even know how I'm going to do this. You know what? I'm just going to put it down. I'm sorry. So this is what it looks like. This is the rose gold highlighter. It's so beautiful. It has the same exact formula as the gold one. I really am loving this formula from Maybelline. I really hope they come out with more shades. But I really don't need any more highlighters in my collection right now. After picking these up, I'm pretty overwhelmed with highlighters again. But I have worn this one a few times because I've had this for like a month or so now. And it's really, really amazing. I shared it in my favorites video if you guys want to see a swatch. But it's a beautiful rose gold highlighter. And then the next one that I got from the drugstore is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter, and this one's in the shade Champagne. This is amazing, you guys. I love this formula. Physicians Formula killed it with this. Like, I don't know what they did, but this is just absolutely gorgeous. It's a cream to powder formula, so there's a little bit of, I don't even know. Just if you guys want to see this swatched, just go check out my drugstore haul or my favorites video. It is so beautiful. It is just like the most gorgeous highlighter formula I've seen in a while. Like, it's just so intense. It's a cream to powder formula, and this is so gorgeous on the skin. I love this. I can't wait to wear it again. I've worn it 3 times. I've worn the Maybelline one 3 times as well. They're both gorgeous formulas. The Physicians Formula one has like 4 shades, and I actually went to CVS today just to pick up my NYX primer setting spray, and I was really inclined to pick up another shade, and I was like, no, Caitlin, you have enough highlighters. You don't need another shade, but I really am tempted to pick up another one because I love that formula so much. They're so good. Then the next drugstore highlighter is the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in the shade Moonlight Pearls. I'm kind of regretting picking up this one because this one I don't think is that good, honestly. But it was only like $4 or $5 at CVS. I know it's cheaper at other places, and it's like pretty washed out. I don't know why you can't see that very well.
I guess you can see it better like that. I don't know. It's okay. It's not like amazing. The lighting is really annoying me right now. When I watched like Andrea Mattiliano's video on e.l.f., she was talking about her favorite formula. Now you can see it. She was talking about her favorite formula of the e.l.f. highlighters, and I think they were more of like the pressed ones. But she said these weren't like her favorite. Because you really have to scrape off the top layer of this to get anything to show up. I've used this a few times, but I don't know if I really love it. I just really wanted to try an e.l.f. highlighter, but I should have gotten the highlighter palette from e.l.f. instead of this. But I heard that this was good, but I don't know. It's not really wowing me. It's okay. And then I have a couple from Sephora. The first one is the Lancome Dual Finish Highlighter Multitasking Illuminating Powder in the shade Sparkling Peach. You guys, this is so beautiful. Like, I can't even tell you how much I love this highlighter. I had a feeling I was going to love it because Young, Wild, and Polished kept on absolutely raving about it. And I was like, I need to try it. It's kind of like the exact same formula. It's kind of like the Fizzers formula is like a straight up dupe for this formula. Because this is like a cream to powder highlight again. Which I am absolutely loving those kinds of highlighters. I think that formula is bomb. This is beautiful. So gorgeous. It is expensive, but I feel like it's worth it because it's just so beautiful on the skin. I've used this one like 3 times. I've used all of these like 3 times. And it's just beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. I can't wait to wear this again. It's gorgeous. Beautiful formula. And I know Kristine Olsen keeps on recommending me Champagne Buff to try, but since that these are so expensive and I'm already using this, sorry it's like so dark at some points. I don't know how to hold this without like completely like messing up the lighting and whatever, but this is beautiful. I really love this. I don't know why it keeps on being so dark every time I hold it up. I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. Yeah, but this is gorgeous. I love it. Then I have this Burberry Rose Gold Fresh Glow Illuminating Powder in the shade Rose Gold number 4. This one my boyfriend got me for Christmas. We finally got each other our Christmas presents, and he got me some Christmas makeup because he knew obviously I wanted makeup. Like, what else am I going to get? So this is the highlighter. The packaging is gorgeous. Obviously, you guys can see I've used it a few times. I've used it like 3 times. And he got this for me a couple of weeks back for Christmas. And I really wanted to try out one of these highlighters because Stephanie Nicole always talks about their highlighters. And she's always talking about this shade in particular. And I really wanted to try it. It's really pretty. I do not think it's worth the price tag, though. I'm really glad I didn't pay for it. But the design is gorgeous, and it is a good highlighter. It's not my all-time favorite formula, but it's really good. I really have been enjoying this. It's really pretty. And then the other one from Sephora is the Makeup Forever Duo. I don't know what the shade name of this one is, but you know how like Makeup Forever came out with a whole bunch of highlighters and blushes recently, so I picked up a highlighter. I've actually only used this highlighter once. I'm probably going to use it again like next week, but it hasn't really been in my rotation lately. But because I've been trying out like these highlighter palettes over here. But it is a pretty highlight. It's not like my favorite highlighter. I absolutely love this blush though, but this highlight, it's okay. It's not as good as their duo highlighters, or like I really wish I would have picked up the one of the Pro Fusion ones. Those are awesome. I have the gold one and I really want the other shade, but I feel like this shade was pretty similar. It's okay. The packaging's so cute though. I love this packaging, but the highlighter's not anything that great, but it's good. And then I have a MAC highlighter. I haven't picked up a MAC highlighter in a long time. Not since Soft and Gentle and whatchamacallit, Lightscapade. But this one I've been wanting for such a long time. I've been wanting this ever since holiday 2017, and this is MAC's Oh Darling, so I picked up this. This one's very gold. I'm not sure. It's the Extra Dimension Skin Finish. You know, they came out with this last year for a holiday, and then of course they made it permanent, so I wasn't like too upset when I didn't get my hands. I mean, I was upset when I didn't get my hands on it last year. There's always a MAC highlighter that I want, and then I'm always like broke. This is good. It's not like my favorite formula from MAC. This one, I think that their older baked formula of Extra Dimension Skin Finishes are much better. But the second time I wore this, I really liked it. The first time I wore it, I wasn't in love with it. But the second time I wore it, I thought it was really, really pretty. So, it's just very, very yellow gold on my skin. So I don't think it's that good for really fair skin tones. But it is a really pretty highlight. So I got that one. And I really want Whisper of Guilt. They are supposed to make that permanent. And it's supposed to come out soon. They did do like a launch for like the UK. I'm just going to open this while I'm telling you guys this. They did do a launch for the UK for Valentine's Day. But they're supposed to bring it to the US and stuff soon. But like the UK like got it first for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, then the first palette I have to show you guys is the Kat Von D Metal Crush palette. Look how freaking sick the packaging is. Like, this packaging I just absolutely love. It's so freaking cool. I hope I'm in focus. There we go. There we go. So this is the Metal Crush palette. And this is the back. It has like the shade names on the back, which is really, really nice. I'm just obsessed with this packaging. Like, I'm literally keeping this for the packaging. I mean, the highlighters are good. They're just so glittery, but they're cool. So these are the highlighters in here. I've just been dying to try her highlighters. I've been wanting this palette ever since I saw it for Christmas. I saw a lot of mixed reviews on it though, because it's so glittery. But I really like this as like a highlighter topper. If there's even like something like that. But I like putting this like over other highlighters, and it just gives like this awesome like duochrome effect. It's not like the most pigmented highlighter by itself. The pink one is so pretty though. Like, I've worn these two together and it's just so pretty. I've worn these like more than like the orange one. I've only worn the orange one once so far, but they are really, really pretty. You know, Kat Von D never disappoints with a product for me. I love her stuff. So that is that palette. And then I got the ColourPop Innuendo highlighter palette. I actually haven't owned a ColourPop highlighter palette yet. I didn't pick up the first one, but a lot of people were talking about this one. I don't know why I didn't pick up the first one, because I felt like the first one like had better shades in there for me, but like for my skin tone. But a lot of people were talking about this, so I picked it up. This is Innuendo, and then these are the shade names on the back. I don't know why I'm filming this so late. It's like 2:55 in the morning, but I don't have anywhere to be tomorrow until like 6 o'clock, so these are the shade names, and then this is what the palette looks like. Obviously, it's a ColourPop palette. These are really, really good. So there's 6 shades in here. Glad You Came. Let's hold this in the light. Glad You Came, On the Loose, Fine Line, On Tempo, Morning After, and Losing Sleep. I've used like, I think almost all of these. I've definitely used these 4 shades. I'm pretty sure I've used this one too. I think the first time I wore this and this together. And the second time I wore it, I wore these 2 together. And then today, I think I combined these 2 together, Glad You Came and On Tempo, because I wore these 2 to work. I really wanted to wear this shade because I swatched it last night. And I was like, oh my god, it actually is like a really pretty lighter highlight. So like when you actually swatch these, they're actually a lot lighter than how they look. They're kind of like the Nicole Guerrero palette. But it's really nice, and the packaging's really pretty. So, I mean, ColourPop never really disappoints me, so I knew that this was going to be good. And then the last highlighter that I have to show you is actually in a blush palette from Beauty Bakery, but there is a highlighter in here. So this is a newer palette to me. This is the Beauty Bakery Scoops Face and Body Palette Elise. I don't even know how to say that word. But this is a highlighter palette. well, a blush and highlight palette. But there's only one highlighter in here, if I can get this open. I'm just like shaking it like a mad woman. I'm sorry about the camera, but I'm really just trying to open this right now. So this is the palette, and you open it up with like this, and then there's like a plastic overlay. But this is the palette. So this is a blush and highlight palette. So this is the highlighter. It's called Beige Nets. I've been trying out the blushes. I've only worn this blush so far. I want to try this one for the city tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be too orange for my look. But this is a beautiful highlighter. I used it today for class, and I used it last night just to film a video. And these have a really bomb formula. They're very powdery, but they're really pigmented and really creamy. They have a really nice creamy formula. So far I've been really enjoying the highlight. And this blush is really, really pretty. So that's basically it. I'm going to go because it's so late. But I just wanted to share with you guys the rest of the highlights that I got. Because I felt like it would have been fair. So yeah, that's it. So bye.